Hey. Right, good evening and welcome. Right, I've changed the camera situation a little bit, just the display really, everything else is the same. Right, so what we're looking at doing tonight, turn the soldering iron on. Right, I've checked all these capacitors, every single one of them, and they're all, as far as I'm concerned, they're all adequate and they're all pretty much on the money. The ones I do want to change, I'm going to just change them anyway, are the ones in the tone circuit. I've changed this one here. I've changed it to go to right, I've changed this one here, this daily one. I've changed that little fella because that's supposed to be 50 microfarad and it comes in at 25, and it's the cathode, I forget which one it is. It's on the cathode of the output valve. Part 2 of the output valve, so that could even be causing it. So we'll replace that little fella there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it just shows how small they are nowadays, doesn't it, the modern ones. And what we're going to do, we're going to replace, I think what we'll do, we'll replace this Hunt's one here. We'll just just move some of these instruments, because we don't need all these instruments up here, because we know what the capacitors read, we tested them last night. So, I mean, they are pretty much bang on the money, to be perfectly honest with you, but I'm going to replace them anyway. I'm going to do the Hunt's one, which is the, we can just get, oh, the fucking camera's froze. I don't fucking believe it. Do you know, it can be on all day and me not do nothing, and then it'll just lock up. It's stupid. So what I'll do, I'll go to that one there. Don't know why it does that, but only on them two cameras. Well, only on that one now. I don't know what it is. Could be a problem with the could be a problem, but we'll get it sorted before anybody tells me it's froze. I already know that. We'll go to that one there. We'll just move it and just move it back, and it'll work again. There we go, it's going again now. Right, come back to normal mode. Let's go back to the, there we are. Right, so we're going to put in a 0.47 UF in there. And I think we're going to put the same in the one below it, because that's near enough the same value. But we'll find that out when we get them out. But these are the capacitors in the tone circuit, and it's the tone circuit that's playing up. So let's get the old sucker. Come here, you little sucker. There we go. Bring me cleaner over here. There we go. Right. So we want to take that out of there, and then, I mean, that one there could even be a dry joint. There are a couple of DJs on here, so we'll go through it. Oh, hang on, that's the switch. That's the one. Let's get this out. Getting them out can be a bit tricky, because I think what they want you to do is remove the circuit board to do it. So right, I think they want you to remove the circuit board to do it, but we don't want to remove the circuit board. But that being said, we've got it. There we go. Yeah, and that's a 0.50. And what we'll do, we'll measure that now it's out of the circuit. We might as well just put that there a minute. Let's go to, so you can see everything. There we are. Right. Turn the tester on, put it on 2UF. Yeah, that's 0.63, 0.063. So that's actually not too far out. And that one is 0.46. Well, that's wrong, because that's reading, that's too bloody much. Can't put that in. Yeah, that's 0.6, which is right. It's only one out. Let's see what we've got. I think we've got I think these here. Oh, hang on. No, they're 0.22. What are these supposed to be? They're supposed to be these are supposed to be 0.047. Fuck it. You know what they say? Shit. Fuck's sake. Pardon the language, but the camera just fell over. Do all this crap here. But I need them out, you see, in case I have to go in the tubs. Put them on here. I'm going to make some changes in this room. That disco console, that's going to be going. Be getting rid of that, because I really need that space. And that's just taking room up, so that's going to be going. We're caught up on what the problem is, we're caught up on the bloody the power lead for all this lot here. Look, the stuff here, that's for that's not even part of this. That power lead, it's not even part of this. But yeah, I am getting rid of some stuff. If anybody, I'm going to break that disco console up. So if anybody wants to buy the mixer, I'm not selling the garage decks there. The camera froze again. The web. Oh no, it didn't. That'll do for a minute. If anybody wants to buy the mixer out of that disco console, let me know. It is for sale. And the mixer works absolutely perfectly. The only thing that doesn't work is the VU meter. But let's get this positioned correctly. Now let's get this correctly bent, the legs bent so it'll just slide in. because otherwise we're going to be, so what I want to do, I want to bend that in that way. No, I don't. I want to bend it out that way, there, and then I want to go back there. See if that will reach. Nope. Oh, bend the other one. I'm not doing a long live tonight. Now that looks about the right length. It looks nice, but whether it will go in. See, the problem we have, that goes in there, and that does fit. That's perfect. So what we'll do, we'll pop that one in. We also need that one out the bottom as well. So I think what we'll do, and there's a tone wire down behind there as well. He's going to take some getting out. I think we'll get in while we're at it. Yeah. Somebody's left a fairly sizable comment there in the chat. We'll see what that's all about in a minute. I just want to get this capacitor here. Get the crap off the, there we go. I might have to put a bit more solder on there. See, the problem you have is when you're trying to desolder it with the board in place. See, the manufacturer recommend that you take the board out, but I can't be bothered. Don't want to take the board out. It's too much hassle taking the board out, although I might have to. I mean, it's that's the right one. I am on the right capacitor. Ouch. There we are, we've got it. Just have to try and lift it out now with the pliers. It's off the board anyway. There it is. Just get the pliers down into there. And there we go. Hook it out. Then put this back. And this should be, it's another one of them Dubilier ones, they were known for failing. O4UF. So let's see what it actually reads. Let's find out what it actually reads. Well, that's gone up a bit. That's reading 0.9. 0.9. That's reading, and it's supposed to be 04. So what we'll do, we'll find an. We'll find an 04 in the tub. I'm not going to put one of them big ones in it because we'll put as near as damn it as we've got in. tub. Right, is that camera still working? Yeah, that one's been reliable. Let's just see what this person's saying on the chat. I don't know who it is, I ain't got a clue. Because I can't read it from that far away. Really, I could do with a monitor in front of me, there's nowhere to put one. Who have we got? David Goodsell, how are you? Can I bring a speaker? Can I repair a speaker for you? Thanks. No sound coming out of it. I believe these are breaking the speaker cable, but the unit is sealed. If it's modern, then no you can't, because I only repair old stuff. But if it's old, 70s or 60s or earlier, then yes you can. But and if it's sealed, it's probably modern. And if it's sealed, it probably means you have to smash it to get into it. So, to be honest with you, David, I'd rather not, because you might be disappointed. Right, so let's see. We'll start with this. We'll start with this box first. I mean, I don't really like to not do anything for anybody. I like to help people out if I can, but sealed speaker cabinets and stuff, no, I don't want to know about them. Not if they're other people's anyway, because it means you have to break them or damage. You can't get them. You can't get into them without damaging or leaving marks on them. So that's not right. Yeah, we're on the right one. Let's start this side. I've got a feeling these are all. Nope. I know all these are actually. I should have started with the other box. Yeah. Let's move over this side, because these are all 00 values. Yeah, 0.00. Yeah, these are all 00 values. These. All the other one. What's this one? Shouldn't be in that place in the box, but that's not even the right one. It can stay there for now. The reason why I have to test them is because they're all mixed up. Yeah. Let's have a look at the other box. The problem we're having nowadays is actually finding components that are actually 0.006. That's not right either. We're on 2UF. Yeah, we are. This tester's really good. Oh, there we are. Now we're in the right way. That's 0.1. 0.01. So we're heading the right way. I mean, 03. We're going to need some of them in a bit, maybe. But the problem with these is they're all 06. Yeah, that's a bit lower than what I would like. And I think that would come out of there, doesn't it? Can't remember. But they're all mixed up anyway, so it's just. Yeah, 06. They're all mixed up, these anyway. They need sorting out. I need to find a day when I can sit there and go through the lot. That's no good. We're heading in the wrong direction there with that one. Yeah. Yeah, I'll put that one in it. It's a little bit lower than what was in there, but it's heading the right way, because I don't think we're going to have exactly the right one. Just test this one. I think we tested this one. It's got solder on it. Yeah. And they're two different they're two different values because you can tell by the size of them. Yeah, just check that other one next to it. I'm gonna have to sit down one day and go through all this lot and sort them out and write what values they are. There we go. Right. So we're gonna put this one in there. It is rated at 400 volts. Put the tester out of the way. Now, let's see. Let's just see what David's saying. I don't fancy it, you know, it's not that I don't want to do it, it's that I don't like doing. And get rid of that malware bytes. I don't even know why I bother with that. They keep trying to sell it to me and I don't want it. I just want the free version. 1981. What's it off, David? You know, what speaker is it? What's the make of the speaker? What speaker is it off? You know, if you know, it's because you haven't said anything. All you've said it's a speaker, and there must be about 1 million people that make speakers. And is it wood? Is it plastic? You know, you haven't said. You know, could you give me a bit more details? It might make me think a bit more. You know, it might help me decide. But you know, just a speaker. I mean, I've got speakers here that are sealed. I mean, some of them you can get them undone. Some of them you can't. I mean, send me a picture of it to my email address, David. Send me a picture of the speaker to my email address. If you do that, then I can help you out probably. But that's probably your best way. Just make sure that this is going to fit in the doings. Now this basically fell out, so, and I don't think we've got a hole there. No, we haven't. No, we haven't got a hole. So if I put my thing under there, we need a hole. We need a hole. I mean, this iron isn't really... There we go. Now we've got a hole. See if it pops through. What, it's a shame I can't just solder it to that side, but that's being sloppy. Just doing that. No, I don't like doing that, because that is being sloppy and it's being lazy. But let's see. Let's just. I'm gonna have to reroute these wires and stuff. There we go. Right. See, the problem we have there, I'm gonna have to try and bend. How the hell am I going to get that in there? I'll tell you what, folks, that the board might have to come out after all, because what if I bend the legs up a little bit and then try and just I don't want to crush it too hard, but it's getting, I'm not going to get in there with that. Do you know something, folks? There's no way I'm going to get in there with that. I've got to if I can bend that wire out of the way, there we go, we've managed to move that. See, the problem is, you can't bloody see. You can't bloody see. That's the issue. You can't bloody see. I can see the holes, but once me, what do you call it? Where's me forceps? See if I can get it with the forceps. Because I'm not going to get it in. I'm determined. I'm determined. I don't want to take the board out. I'm determined I don't want to take the board out, but I might have to. And it would be nice if I could find my forceps, because I can clamp the forceps onto the component. There they are. There we go. See if we can get it in. There we are. See, I can see that pretty much a little bit anyway, a bit better. We've got one leg in. At least we did have. We had one in, it came out. There's one in. Oh, that's in. That's in. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to solder the damn thing up. I always put the iron near my face and then I know it's hot. Because the plug has an habit of coming undone on this iron. Yeah, let me know, David. Send me my email address is up on there. And send me... What I should do is that portion underneath where there is nothing, I should put something in there, shouldn't I? Not thought about what yet, but I'll think of something. Right, so... Right, there we go. I'll tell you what, if you haven't got a set of them, get a set. You don't have to pull you out like crap. So what I need to do next is straighten that leg back up that I bent over, that tone wire, but without snapping it. Put that back in position. There we are, that'll do. Now, that's gone in there lovely. Snip, just clip them down now. Find me clippers, wherever they are. I know they're not in the drawer, but I've got these ones, which are probably better for the job anyway. There we go. That's that. Now the next one is this. Make sure this still fits where it's supposed to go. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, let's try and get the damn thing in. And it goes, and just move that tone wire a bit further over to where it was, without snapping it of course. See if I can get this in. It'll go in there, you can see that hole dead easy. Just move that wire over there, get that out of the way, there we go. Now can I turn that? I mean there's the hole. But I might be able to just use these to just manoeuvre that one into place. Now you can just see the hole, but as soon as you put your hand there you can't. If I could get it in the bottom hole first, that might help. But you can't. Oh, you know. Well, I think we're in. There we go. Bend them a little bit, that a little bit, and I've left enough so that if it plays up with this in it, it shouldn't do, but if it does, I can get the damn thing back out easy enough. I mean, tape recorder's not really my thing, but you know, they're a bit of a blind spot. I'm getting over it, like, but they've always been a bit of a blind spot for me, tape recorders. I've never been a fan of doing them. But there we are. Right, so now we want to take this one out of here, which is we're not going to use the sucker, we're just going to, and I think it's this one here, and there's the wire, so it's either this one, yeah, and this one. Now let's see. Right, so got a green end on that one. Right. Which side of it's live? It doesn't tell you on the board. It's 8UF. It comes up as 10 on the meter. It's made by the capacitor company. Right, so the live, so that must be the live there. That's got to be the live there. Let's just clean the holes out, because the green with the top that went to there. So just pop this under there a minute, and we can clean the holes out. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly look at the circuit. put a bit more solder on that and clean it. I mean, the nice thing about these is they were made. There we go, that's the hole cleaned. Right, so what I need to do, just have a quick look at the circuit. If I have a quick look at the circuit, and then I'll know. I've got a feeling that the green end is live, but I won't know for sure. I don't want to be having to mess about and getting things wrong and start doing damage. So what we'll do, we'll down to, let's go to scene 4, see what we've got there. We want to capture that one. That's what we want, so we'll come back and window capture. That ain't it. That's the one. That's the one. So let's go to the circuit. Now you can all see it. Let's go to the circuit, see which capacitor it is. We can probably look in the list. Because it's an 8 microfarad one. So 8 UFC 5, 275 volts, it's electrolytic. So it's, yep, so let's go down and find out where C8 is. We might need to zoom in a bit. But like I always say, if you don't know, then double check. There's no harm in double checking. There's C5 there, and which is 8 microfarad, and here it goes to ground. Yep, it goes to ground because this thick line here is your ground and it goes to ground. So yeah, now we know. So now we know. So let's go back up to the camera. Let's go to, which one? We'll go to the webcam. There we are. And I'll move it in a little bit so you're not looking at my legs. Well, you can't see much of me now anyway. So what we'll do, we'll get this in position. Right. Right, so what we need to do, we need to move these. Because I'm not doing a great deal in this tape recorder because I've got a cupboard full of tape recorders and I'm stuck with the damn things. So, you know, because they're hard to get rid of. Nobody really wants the damn things. I mean, we're gonna have to put a 10. We're gonna have to put a 10 UF in. Oh no, we're not. We have actually. Yeah. We can't use them out of there, they're too low voltage, them ones. We need to get the high voltage box out. And this is the high voltage box. This is where I keep all the high voltage ones. So there'll be a high voltage in here for the job. 10 UF at 400 volts. See, nowadays we have to use what values we can purchase because you can't purchase the original values. And when you do find the original values, people want a fortune for them, even that order out of spec. So it's only 2 microfarad difference. The machine shouldn't even notice it. Right. Right, let's see what this actually reads, because these are supposed to be, I'm not checking it for ESR. I only do that in extreme cases. I don't do that all the time. You've seen me do that many times. Oh, hang on, it would help to put the machine on the right setting. And that's 9.1. That's good enough. Yeah, that's good enough. That's what you'd expect. Let's get these so that they're... Yeah, and there's still got a blockage in that one. There we go. Try that. Out of interest, just see what the original reads out of circuit. Probably about 10. But we're replacing it because there's a TCC one in the crap. Naturally, it's reading 10. Right, so it's going in the bin anyway, but now, yeah, we can get them in the right position. I don't believe that. That one's okay. There we are. Just had to finagle it a little bit. Make sure we get it so it'll just slot in. Yep. Yeah, we have to finagle them a little bit sometimes. Just give them a bit of a jiggle. You know, just jiggle it a bit. Right, so negative. Yeah. There we go. Negative to the top here. And I hate it when you just struggle. Oh no, because you've got to go in on an angle. It has to be said. There we go, that'll do. It has to be said, this circuit board is actually holding up quite well. That's negative, that's positive. This circuit board's holding up quite well, because these early circuit boards usually have an habit of lifting the traces and stuff, but this is actually doing quite good. It's not as bad as them Danset fucking things. And Danset boards, you don't have to show them a bloody iron. Let's face it, Danset's a shite anyway. I'm not sure. I've never been able to find out actually who actually made those amps for Danset. Danset didn't make them, that's for sure. I do suspect it was Mullard that made them, but I'm not 100% sure. If anyone out there knows, but don't anybody say it's Danset, because Danset didn't make them. They bought them in, complete with the speaker attached, and they were just thrown into the cabinets. Right, straighten the valve, there we go. Right, well that's what I want to do on it for now. I don't want to do anything else with it. I want to plug it in. Ooh, I want to plug it in. I'm not worried about the Magic Eye. That's there safe. I'm not worried about that. Let's get the box that it goes in. I'll tell you what, we don't need the box. We can just get this speaker. Just connect this speaker, bench speaker to it. And we'll just want to see if the tone actually works. I mean, the tone did work, but it worked too much. But I want this off the bench for tomorrow because we've got Charlie's radio to go at tomorrow, me and Steve. So I want this off the bench. Tonight. Right. I need to find a tape to thread up on it as well. Right. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap these wires out of the way so that they don't touch each other. Because we don't want to blow the amplifier up and damage the output transformer. We don't want to cause any damage. Now that can stay out of the way. Let's get the power plug. Right, the knobs. I mean, there's no thickness to it. I'm going to have to go for a personal break in a minute. But that's it, that's that. Right, let me just go the just mute the sound. Right, we're back, or rather I am. And I need a tape. There's a box there but no tape in it. I thought that had a tape in it. I've got that tape of Steve, so I don't know where I've put it. There should be a tape knocking about on here somewhere. I was going to say I found one, but I haven't. It's an empty freaking spool. Got one of them already. Right, what about under these records? Nope. Right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go through to the other room. Not one in this cupboard here, is there? But I can't get in there because I'm going to go through the other room because there's loads of tapes on the floor. I haven't got a clue what's on this. I don't know what's on this. It could be something on it, it could be nothing on it. I don't have a clue of what's on it, so we'll find out. Well, I'm not going to put the cover on yet because I should be able to just thread it through. Put that on there. Don't know what the hell this is. It's Max Boyce. Is it actually him who's on it? It's full of dust. I got a load of tapes off Steve ages ago. This is one of them. So we're going to want it on that track there, I think. And what we'll do, we'll bring this through. Take that round so we've not got a lot of tape sticking out the top. Don't want it looking untidy, do we? And that was threaded wrong. Not completely, I just went over there, out the back of there instead of the front. So what we'll do now, we'll just there we go. Right, well, we don't know. Make sure there's nothing metal knocking about. Yeah, it's working. Yeah, that's working, folks. That must be pause. That's rewind, play, fast forward. I want to try and get it past that. I must have recorded that on the gram deck. That sounds better. That's still cutting the volume down. Still doing it. That was working alright before. It was all working alright at first. I wonder if it could be the valve. Yeah. Let's turn it off for a minute. Well, that's weird, because that was working alright to start with. And I wonder if it could be the valve. One of the valves could be a bit dodgy. Because that was alright till it warmed up. So we'll let it cool down. And then we'll start it back from there, because the volume's definitely dropping off when I turn the tone. And it didn't when I first turned it on. So it could even be a problem with the valve. So we'll see. We'll let it cool down. And how many of you are on here tonight? I mean, there's only, no one's even come into the chat or anything. I mean, what are you all doing tonight? I told you I was coming on. Yeah. Let's see. My channel, yeah. 4 people watching. I ask you, is it really worth my effort? Just for 4 people. Yeah. Whatever. It's 4 people watching. I don't think it's worth the effort, is it? Who's that? Hello, Harvey. I'm just saying, mate, I don't think it's worth the effort for 4 people, is it? You know. Anyway, let's turn this back on. It's just to bring you up to speed if you haven't been watching. When I first turned it on, it behaved normally. Then once it warmed up, it started to distort when I turned the tone down. So the problem isn't fixed. But I'm going to have a look at something else. I'm just going to try and see if it's happening now. Turn it back on. Let it warm back up. That's working alright, that now. That's the tone as it should be. But it'll drop off. There. There. So there's the fault. So what we'll do, we'll need to rewind it really to get the tape off. Actually, I've done it now. Right, so basically the problem is still there. But the only trouble is I don't think I have an ECL86. But before I accuse the ECL86, let's have a look at the circuit. Let's go and have a look at the circuit and see. Because there's a little polyester capacitor in the tone circuit, and it could even be that. But I've not changed that because I haven't got one of the right value, but I could clip that and find out what happens. Let's see. 5 now, yeah. Yeah, it's nice to see you on anyway, Harvey. Let's go to the circuit. Now let's go and have a look at the tone control, see how the tone control works. There's the volume. There's the tone control, there's the tone. But where's the control? Because it does work apart from that. I mean, I can't leave it like that, obviously. It's got to be fixed properly. There's the tone. And we need to come into it should be a 1 megohm potentiometer for the tone. So 1 megohm potentiometer. And it's R18. There it is, R18. Oh no, it's 1K. Yeah, that says 1K. Sure, it's a 1. I'm sure it said it was 1 megohm for the tone. Let's zoom in a bit in case I'm not reading that correctly. Yeah, 1 megohm it is. It's 1 megohm. Now let's see where the tone's going into. Right, the tone goes into V2. There's your switch. There's your control. I've done these capacitors here. I've done C10, C11, and we've got C12 there, which I haven't done, which is C12, which is 220 PF. I don't think it'll be that. It's one of them polyester ones. They very rarely fail. Valve 2B. Where's valve 2A? Valve 1B. Valve 2A. Because I want to find out right, let's go back up to the top. Right, that's your external speaker. Comes off here. That's your speaker there, comes off here. Goes along here, down here, up to there, and it goes into theirs. That's the ECL86 valve 2. So let's have a look at valve 2, make sure it is the ECL86 and not the ECC83. So well, that tells you the valve holder. Doesn't tell you the frigging valve though, does it? I bet it doesn't tell you. It's got to tell you, hasn't it? I mean, yeah, maximum spool size. It'll take a 5-inch tape. Take a 5-inch tape, so it won't do a 7-inch tape. I thought it would, but it doesn't. According to the manual, let's go down. Let's find what our valves are. Well, I know what the valves are. Let's find out which one's 1 and which one's 2. Well, that's lovely, that, isn't it? Because, oh, hang on. Zoom in. It might show us here. Let's scroll back up again. ECC 83 and ECL 86. It doesn't say which one's which. Valve 3, that's your magic eye. Not interested in that one. What I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to do it this way. I'm going to have to follow. I'm going to follow the speaker, because when I get to the speaker transformer, the output transformer, yeah, so it comes off here, goes up here, down here, follow this line here. The trouble is that many blood lines, you lose them. Follow that, keep going, go up a bit, and we're at the transformer, and yes, that's the EWC, that's the anode of the EWC, the ECL 86, and I bet it's the ECL 86 that's causing the problem, because they are troublesome. Do I have an ECL 86? Ha! No, I want one, I won't have one, I know that for a fact. Why couldn't it be in the EL84? Right, well, I think the problem could be in the ECL 86, because they are known for being trouble. And it is happening after it warms up. And I've had that problem before on the Normandy radio. It worked okay until it warmed up, and then when it warmed up it started to distort. But this is affecting the tone. I've got a feeling it's the ECL 86, and I don't happen to have one. I wonder if Steve's got one that could even bring down to test. Doesn't matter if he brings it down and lends it me for 5 minutes. I don't think I've got one. I could look through my valves. I could look through what I have got and see if I have got one, but pretty sure I haven't. Let's put these capacitors away. So I'm pretty sure it's not capacitor related. I'd bet me bottom dollar if I had a bottom dollar to bet. Now let's have a look. I had a tin of valves, I had a box of valves somewhere the other day. I'm trying to think where they are. Where's that box of valves I had? I've got a box full of Australian valves there. They've all got Australian valve numbers on them, and I don't know what the hell they are. I got them off my mate years ago, Pugwash, who went to Australia. Most people bring you back a boomerang or something made out of a kangaroo or something. He didn't. He brought me back a box of Australian valves. And they're out of tellies, I believe. So, let's see what we've got in here. But I'm pretty sure it's the valve that's causing us the problem. Let's go to the cameras. Go to the cameras, see if any of our cameras have decided to take a dump on us as well. Oh, boring am I, Anne? Oh, lovely. Don't worry about it. Go and watch somewhere. Go and watch someone who's not boring. Remind me to block you at the end of it. Dickhead. Right, anyway. Some of these have got no numbers on them, and unless you know what they are, you can't do out about it. Yeah, that ain't one. I don't know where my other box is, they're somewhere. There's a lot of these have got no numbers on the damn things. I mean, yeah, well, I know there's not one in there. Let's take it out. Let's take it out and have a look. And let's have a look, see if I can just check that capacitor, big capacitor there is discharged. Don't fancy getting the full charge of that over my hand. Yeah. Right. Right, let's see, let's stick it on there. $12 on that. 12 on that. Yeah. Pull this valve out, move them speaker wires out of the way, pull this out. Yeah. 6GW8 is the equivalent, it is the Mazda version, but it's also got the ECL86 on it as well. That's interesting, because I can look for both. Let's put this back down there, shift that out of the way. I know there's not one in there, but is there anything there that looks like it? If there's anything that looks like it, you can usually try it. Now that one there, because you can look at the construction and sometimes get away with it. That one there looks very similar. That there, it does, it looks very similar. Yeah. So what we're going to do, we'll put that there for a minute. We'll chuck this one in it. We'll chuck this one in it. Oops. There. Because yeah, you've got to watch fucking handbait and a boyfriend, because they fucking grass us to. They're actually a pair of grassing fuckers. They grass you up to Ofcom if they hear on the radio swearing. You know, if you're on the AM radio swearing, they grass you up to Ofcom. They're in here for Ofcom. They've done it to a few people. Yes, I'll tell them all about you, Anne. Yeah, don't you worry, love. I'll tell them all about you. I'll tell them all about you. Yeah, before you start having a go at me, you need to remember I fucking know a lot about you two. Right. Well, we don't know what's going to happen here. Just make sure the speaker's connected. It is. We'll give it a couple of seconds. Well, that's an ECL 86. If it's not, it's doing a good impression of one. I've just got an email, I can hazard a guess where this is from. Or radio, TV, phone owner. It's not an email, it's a notification. Let's wind that on a bit because that's copyright. I get a copyright strike for playing that. Nice. Should record music nicer. You'd expect it to. That's me yapping. So what I'll do next, I shall. See if it distorts. Button and see what the original button does, and we can have a listen. Well, it seems to be. Let it run a bit longer. I don't think it ran this long last time before it played up. Go back to the camera. Yeah, we're working. I don't want to turn it too loud because there's a young baby upstairs in bed. See if we get a copyright on this music, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? I haven't got a clue who it is. But the tone seems to be working now. There's a bit of distortion in there, but I think that's on the tape. But it's not affecting. No, the volume's not going up and down now with the tone. Yep. Turn it off. Right. I'm going to say that's done, folks. I'm going to say that's done. That seems to be okay. Absolutely. And what can I do next? What's Harvey saying? No, they can't spell either, Harvey. What the trouble is with those two idiots, when you fall out with them, I had an argument with him on the phone yesterday and he didn't like it. Tough, he was wrong. Anyway, and they just start giving you loads of grief. If they carry on, I'll just send the police to them. Don't bother me. I mean, but what they don't realise is what they forget. You know what they forget is I know a damn sight a lot about them, hell of a lot about them, and you certainly don't spell boring like they can't spell anyway. They're a pair of idiots, but they're getting blocked in a bit. To carry on, if they keep coming on and giving me grief, start giving me grief, I'll just send the police round to them. It don't bother me. I'll just keep the messages. Yeah, they're a pair of toe rags. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there about that. Enough said. Anyway, I mean, I'll just say this: he thinks he's hard. I seen him on a video fucking run away from a guy at his path. Well, I didn't run away; he was backing away from him. Yeah, right. Dead hard, aren't you, Pete? Yeah. Anyway, there we go. You don't spell boring. No, you absolutely. No, you don't. It wasn't Harvey who commented on that. It was. As sure 1, 2, 3. Well, that's how stupid they are. That's how thick they are. Think they're intelligent. And what the argument was over, it was absolutely stupid. All I said was that, I don't know whether any of you have heard of it, at QRZ.com is just full of people who talk about the size of their aerials. And it is. So then he started slagging my channel off. So I just told him to fuck off and put the phone down on him. And that was it. Then he come on here tonight saying I'm boring, or trying to say I'm boring. I mean, yeah, I don't let things get to me. Certainly not them. Anyway, folks, listen, I'm going to leave it there. So basically, it was. Basically, we've changed about 3 or 4 caps. Well, we've changed 4. We've changed 2 electrolytics. We've changed 2 hunts, and we've changed 1 valve, and that seems to have got the machine. Yeah. So we'll just briefly have another quick look at the circuit, because they weren't difficult. They weren't difficult machines, these, in the day. And they're not difficult today, so we'll go back to the circuit. It's easy enough to work it out. Just scroll up a bit. There's valve 2B. Your tone control is R18, if you can see that. Just maybe come in a little bit for those. There we are. Right, let's move out. Let's move this circuit a bit further over. Right, there's the wiper. There's R18, which is the tone control, which is the 1 megohm. Like I say, I changed C10 and C11, which go to this end of the tone control. Go to where it says R18. That's the end of the tone control to go to, and then you've got C12. which is 220 picofarad, that goes to the other end where it says 1 megohm. That goes to that end of the tone control, then goes to ground. And the wiper goes to this switch here. I'm not sure what that switch actually is, but the wiper goes to it. I'm not sure what that switch actually is. It just says SIE. So it could be, could be a T. So that could be, I don't know, it wouldn't be stereo, would it? Because it's mono. So you wouldn't plug, I don't know. Anyway, it goes to this switch here. Oh, it's switch 1, because there's the other side of there, switch 2, switch 2B, switch 1A. Doesn't look much like an A, but it's meant to be. And, oh hang on, no, switch 2A, switch 2B. It's not, no, I'm wrong. There's switch, anyway, the wiper comes off. The wiper for R18, which is our tone control, goes into this switch, and then through R19, which is either 10 or 9K, 19. It's either 10K or 19K, probably 10K, because you can't really read it much. It's a bit crappy, and it goes into the, I think it's the first grid, which is the one there just above the cathode. Goes into the first grid, I think that is. Yeah, because it's got to be, because that's grid 3, or it could even be, that could even denote pin 3 even, but the cathode is on pin 1, yeah, and it goes into that because that's going to act like a bit of a preamp, because the ECL86 has a bit of a preamp built into it, and it has a bit of an extra stage for a preamp in it, the ECL82, which is where in some applications it puts it above the EL84, which doesn't it. The EL84 is just a pentode output, I believe. That's why you have to have. That's why you have to have, when they're used in record players, you have to have an extra, either a separate preamp valve or a 3 volt cartridge to drive the damn thing. Right, so that's coming into here and goes into that grid of the valve, which I think is grid 1, and that's it. Your tone control's very simple. I'll just go over it again now I've got it all in my head. So basically we start at the we can see it all here actually, near enough. Let's just move back, there we are. We can see it all here now. The tone control, basically you've got C10, you've got C11, you've got you've got your tone control itself, then you've got C12, which is your polyester capacitor there going to ground, and you've got your wiper, which comes off. The tone signal obviously comes off and goes into your valve. Simple. And then it goes here, obviously, through the miracles of valve technology, it goes through to eventually through to your output. This grid here must form part of your preamp, for playback. And the valve, this valve also doubles up on record as well. I'm sure it uses. I think it has something to do with the record bias. This is valve 2A, and we've got another. Yeah, we'll actually have a record switch somewhere. Can't see it here, but valve 2A. It's also deals with your record as well. We've got the ECC-83, which is valve 1A and valve 1B. We've established that, and that basically works like a preamp as well, and that goes into switch 5A through C1. Now that valve is obviously in good condition because the amplifier is working, but there again you also have I think some of your sockets go into here, because you've got all this shielded stuff around here, so you've got, well, your volume actually goes into there, doesn't it? So if we locate the volume control, so we find the volume control pot, should be along here somewhere. Where's the volume? That's your heads. So we've come down to play record heads, and we don't want to be there. There are your track buttons there. Volume, don't know where the volume is. I've not had a problem with the volume, so I haven't had to look for it. I don't even know what value the volume should be, because I didn't have a problem with it. The problem wasn't there. I'm just trying to see where the volume control would be. I know it's got a shielded cable going to it. There your output. Oh, I've moved back a bit. Let's move for there. There we are. Let's try and think where the volume was. See where the volume control should be. I hate looking on circuits when I haven't looked at the parts list. See where the volume control is. I mean, there was no problem with the volume control. So have a look at the parts list. See what number it says the volume control is. Because it's always nice to just, that's that SA, that S1, S2, S3, S1 and S1, sorry, is the record play switch. I thought that was much, but wasn't sure. And I need to go over to resistors, because there we are. Volume control pot, it's a log pot, and it's R5, which is also 1 megohm. So if we go back down to the circuit, we can see where that's fed in, and I'm pretty sure that's fed into the ECC-83. I could be wrong, but why not have a laugh and have a look? Right, well, that's valve 3, so we don't want to be going there because that's the magic eye, I think. Well, it is, yeah. It's valve 2, that's the. So we want to be looking for resistor 5, resistor C4, R7, C5, we want R5. And it's a 1 megohm. R5, here it is. Much easier, isn't it? And there's your volume control, and it goes into valve 1B, which is I think it's the second grid. It'll be the second grid of the ECC-83. That's where the volume control goes in, because the volume controls don't usually feed straight into the output stage, because there's always a little bit of preamp before them, and because your power amplifier gets full rail voltage all the time, and it's always running at full pelt no matter what. and that applies to any that applies to any amplifier. They're always getting they're always getting full rail voltage, and the voltage should be constant, and it should I forgot, I lost my train of thought now because I've moved. Oh no, my mind's just gone blank, phone. But yeah, basically your amplifier is always getting full rail voltage. If there's 10 volts going in from your battery, if you've got 10 volts going in, then your amplifier's getting 10 volts, and your volume control is always controlled from some sort of a preamp, or if it isn't, then it can be controlled directly from the input itself. You can actually put the volume control on an input. I've seen a few disco consoles that were done that way, where they have a master control for the volume, and it's on the input going into the main amp, and you can turn that down and limit how much comes out of the speakers when the main controls are operated. But yeah, that's pretty much where we're up to. I've got a bit of cabinet work to do on this tape recorder, but I was glad to get it sorted. Because I need it off the bench tomorrow, because I want to put Charlie's radio back on. Me and Steve are going to tackle. Hopefully we're going to power that up tomorrow. Let's go back to the cameras. Yeah. There we go. And that's where we're up to. It's a nice view for you all, isn't it? You can all see. You know, you can all see the camera angles. There's not much been on the chat tonight. Racing Demon Mike hasn't been on for a few nights, has he? I hope he's okay. If you're watching, Mike, I hope you're alright, sir. Mike hasn't been on for a few nights. There's been a few not being on, but I hope everybody's okay. You know, don't forget to yeah, you said yesterday, Harvey, that you got them BSRs. Them BSRs are dead easy to do. I mean, there's really not a great deal. They're pretty much like these things. These are not exactly difficult either. These thorn decks. You know, there's not a great deal. When you think of it though, there's not really a great deal to a lot of them, is there? I mean, you know, some of them were well over engineered. I don't know what them Brunel ones are like. I don't know what they're like, because the one I got, Steve ended up with, because it had been butchered, and it was beyond my capabilities really to sort that out. I probably could have done it, but it would take me a long time, and I just didn't want it, so I just passed it on to Steve and he did it. But I'd have been there forever, I think. Yeah, well, all that really plays up with those. What's the actual fault condition, Harvey? I'll try and give you a couple of pointers, because I've done a few of them BSR related machines. I've done a Civic, I've done a BSR, I've done a Civic, and I've done a couple of Fidelities. And they all seem to be basically the same thing. You know, I'll try and give you a couple of pointers if I can, obviously. Yeah, the Brunels, they had a nice tape recorder. I mean, that one I bought, I really wanted that because I wanted to use it. But it'd been butchered. I mean, somebody had gone in and rewired the EL84 and rewired the socket for the EL84 and stuck an ECC83 in there. So of course, when I put an EL84, I didn't know. I put an EL84 in it, which should be there, and it blew the oscillator coil. Yeah. Also, Harvey. Also on them, check the resistors. Where I'm trying to think. Just check resistors, and there's one in particular. I'm trying to think which one it is. Right, so it's got weak audio, right? Because I did one for Andy in Blackpool, and that had weak audio. And what did I change? You'll have to watch me video, Harvey. You'll have to find me video and watch me video. I changed a resistor. Is it a circuit board based one, or is it hand wired? Because I think the one I did for Andy had a circuit board in it. Sure it did. I mean, they're easy enough to do. I mean, but check resistors. I mean, check capacitors as well. But them units have an habit of resistors going high. So give the resistors a bit of a check. That's what I did, because I did Andy's, and if I remember rightly, I changed a resistor because I was getting, I think I was getting 120 volts on one side of it, and pretty much nothing on the other side. But yeah, if you got weak audio, it'll probably be a resistor in them. Yeah, a lot of them weren't they? I mean, a lot of them that had the BSR. Is it the T1 deck or the T2? It doesn't matter that really. But a lot of them had the a lot of them had the circuit board in them. But yeah, moving back onto this. That's how you can find out the number of a valve. By looking at the old valve and looking at one with no number on it, and have a look at the construction, and if the construction looks pretty much the same, then just pop it in. Yeah, because resistors and capacitors, they're your enemies. Resistors and capacitors, they're your enemies really. You've got to replace anything that's above tolerance, way above tolerance. You've got to replace them. I'm trying to think. It's been a while now since I did that one for Andy. I can't remember what I did, but I know I replaced a resistor, and it was at the bottom of the board. It was a resistor. I can't even remember what value it is. I mean, I never thought I'd need to because I did the video. But yeah, resistors are the enemy on those. That's what I found out. Because I recapped it, and after I recapped it, it was no better. Believe it or not, it made no difference. Not at all. Not iota. Made no difference at all. Not a bit. So I just thought right. So I started probing about with the meter, and I noticed that on one of these resistors there was like 120 volts on one side of it, and nothing on the other side. This was going into the ECC83, which is where the volume control goes. And I even changed the ECC83 thinking it was that, and it wasn't. But I changed because I think they have. Is it an EL84 in them, or is it an ECL86? Could be an ECL86. Could even be the ECL86 that's weak. You know, I mean, look at this one that I've just changed. I've just swapped that one out, and the one that was in it was a bad one. Because the tone now works correctly, and it was on for longer than it was. So I'm putting that down. I will run it a bit longer later, or probably tomorrow before Steve gets it. I'll put it back together and run it under normal conditions. I'm not going to try and record on camera because I know it'll record. I haven't got an out plug into it at this point in time anyway. Well, I've got my mini disc, I suppose, but it means digging it all out. But yeah, there's and what we say, they're changing caps on the first. Hang on the first two gold finished Brunels made a huge difference in output. Yeah, they will do. They will if the caps are faulty, you know, but if the caps are not faulty, they won't. You know, is what I'm saying, Harvey. You know, when I did Andy's BSI, I think it was a Civic, that one of Andy's, but it was by, you know, I think it was made by a Civic, but it had a BSR deck in it, so people just call them BSRs. But well, let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to think what I did. But yeah, the volume control goes into the ECC83, and trying to type one-handed, your fingers are dirty. Oh well, there we go, you see. Yeah, so I mean, some of these capacitors are bad. I mean, you know, some of them do go bad, and some of them surprisingly stand the test of time. I mean, I've not changed the filter in this one, and I don't intend to because it's working. There's no hum there, nothing at all, and you know, I probably won't sell it because nobody really wants them. Yeah, they can do capacitors. Yeah, capacitors, especially electrolytics, they go up in the ESR goes up, and oh, you've been eating. Yeah, what happens is, Harvey, the ESR goes up, and it starts to behave like a resistor. You know, and that's what happens with them. But you know, I've only changed, like I say, I've changed what, 4 capacitors in this, 2 electrolytic and 2 hunts. Oh no, 1 hunt and 1 jubilee. All the other hunts ones came up okay. So because I haven't got the values, I'm leaving them in. I'm not putting the wrong values in just for the sake of changing them. I haven't got the values it needs, and they're pretty much on spec. I'm happy with them. They're clean, they're not falling to bits, surprisingly enough. You know, and that's what you want. I mean, if they, you know, a lot of people say change them, but no. You know, no, if there's no hum there, if there's no hum and they're working, leave them. I mean, don't change them. I'm sorry if my connection keeps dropping out, but it must be the weather, because it is really playing up tonight. How many frames has it dropped? 1,000, blimey, quite a few. But it's only 5.2% of the live stream, so it's not really a problem. But I'm not going to hang around much longer. You know, what I need to do, I need to get another camera really in order to fill this space here. Just have one. I don't know where I would put it. Immediately behind me, I think. Could put one immediately behind me, couldn't I? If I could find somewhere to put it without falling over it. You know, but yes, check resistors first, Harvey. Obviously check capacitors. Change your grid coupling and cathode bypass and stuff like that. Change all that for peace of mind. Check your filter. Is your filter's a little bit over or a little bit under, leave it. And check your resistors, especially your resistors around the ECC83. It will have an ECC83 in there, because I don't think they used an ECL82, ECC82. Sorry, I can't remember, but I think they're almost certainly an ECC83. Because your volume control goes into that. So check that, check all the resistors around it, and also obviously do it with the machine running, not with a tape on it obviously, because you've got to do it upside down. Do it with it turned on, or disconnect them if you're going to work on it upside down. Disconnect the motor, because they don't like being run upside down. They grind like hell. Make horrible noise. And we'll just see where we go to from there really. I mean, at the end of the day we can just see where we go to, and you know, yeah, let me know how you get on, Harvey. You know, let me know how you get on, and if you need any assistance, just give me a bell on Messenger, and you know, I'm sure we can get to it. But I don't think you will need any help now with that very simple machine to mend. Anyway, you all take it easy, folks. If you haven't subscribed, then please subscribe if you want to. You don't need a personal invitation. You've got one. Go for it. If you want to be notified of any upcoming videos, content, whatever, then click the bell. And if you've got anything you want, if you've got anything you want, if you got anything that you specifically, who's that? Don't know who that is. Someone's just come on. Good, can't pronounce your name. Good evening to you anyway. But if you I'm just leaving. What's Harvey saying? Yeah, I'll catch you later, Harvey. No worries, mate. You need help, let me know. Anyway, you all take care. Like I say, click the bell, subscribe, like and share, and whatever. You know, fill your boots. Yeah, but if you have a look through my videos, Harvey, over the last few months, you'll find the BSR one. But I can't remember whether I put it up as a BSR or I could have put it up as Andy's BSR. I could have put it up as a BSR Civic. I could have put it up as a Civic. I could have just put it up as a BSR. I can't remember. But it's there, and so actually a very nice example. It's very clean. It's a little red one. Russian writing, yeah. I can't pronounce it. Not that it matters. Anyway, folks, you all take care, and join me for the next one. And a very goodbye for now. And you all stay safe.